Hello everybody, it's Rick. It is Saturday, October 1st, 2022. If you need to reach me, my email is rick, R-I-C-K, 0327 @me.com if you're interested in receiving my paperwork. After you send a gift, the paperwork is for child support. Okay? Not for traffic court or anything like that. A lot of people have success with my paperwork. It's well written. I've been doing this for a while, so you're not gonna get ripped off by sending a gift to receive my paperwork. Also, I do not have to help anybody. Okay, I had some moron last week. I had to block him. He was, like a big baby. After he asked me a couple of stupid questions, I just told him I can't help him. See, when you've been doing this for a while, like I have, I could tell right off the bat when somebody's going to be an idiot, and I don't like to work with idiots. And I don't need the gift that bad. So I've even sent back people's gift because I can't be bothered with them. As soon as I realize somebody's a moron, I send back their gift. Bye-bye. Block them. Have a nice life. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't know why my voice is very scratchy. Hold on. I have like a Fauci voice going on. Okay. All right, so as you can see right here, I'm going to get to this real quickly. In my last video, I pointed out to you guys that these courts and these child support agencies or whatever, they're private businesses. They're corporations. Okay? So that means they need your consent. And they use all type of trickery and thuggery and fraud to get you in there. You'll go in there. They even have people with guns to threaten you. The court officers, the sheriffs, and whatever other title they have. Okay, and you have these people. Some of them they're contractors, but they're judges, contractors, magistrates, contractors. Support magistrates, contractors, friend of the court. They're contracted out by the federal government. The federal government pays the state, and they're contractors. Okay? And they receive federal money. It's a big fraud. It's a for-profit business. Okay? But let me take a step back. Okay? I just want to show you. I got my friend here, Angel. He was nice enough to send me an email. He had success with my paperwork. And here's the thing with Angel. Sometimes when you guys get my paperwork, it's a lot of paperwork. You get the instructions, you get confused. You just got to take a step back, read the paperwork, read what I'm saying. I'm saying I am a living man with blood flowing through my body, which means I am unconditionally sovereign, which means these laws do not apply to me without my consent. Now, if the child support agencies are corporations, that means all of their rules and regulations, those are nothing. They're for a corporation. They don't apply to you. Just like if a court is a private business, and then you show up and you file for a petition, which is really an application, you find out, and then they start telling you, oh, you cannot file this piece of paper. Like in New York State, they tell you you cannot file an objection until after the magistrate issues an order, which is a bunch of nonsense. Okay? Also, in New York State, well, hold on a second. New York State has the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, which is under the Family Court Act. And in New York State, when you demand jurisdiction, right away they tell you it's the Family Court Act. Well, under Article 5B, it's Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, and under jurisdiction, you look for, and it says basis for jurisdiction for over a non-resident. Now, if you live in New York State, you're not a non-resident. Okay, that's the first trick. Okay. Here we go. A, in the proceeding to establish or enforce a support order. Okay, and you can read the rest of it. The individual is personally served with a summons and petition within the state. Of course, they have to be within the state for the state to have personal jurisdiction. But they also need your consent. The individual submits to the jurisdiction of this state by consent, by entering a general appearance. That's why they trick you into showing this. Now, by the way, these words are in every state. Every state's Uniform Interstate Family Support Act is the same words. Okay, so I'm reading you in New York, but I guarantee you read your state, it's the same thing. So, by entering a general appearance, that's why they scare you into showing up. They're threatening to arrest you. If you don't show up, your license will be suspended. Okay? By filing a responsive document or other action having the effect of waiving any contest to person. So, my paperwork, the first thing I do is I say, you're not consenting. So right there, my paperwork meets this criteria. Okay, so before you show up, my paperwork meets this criteria. So that means they have no personal jurisdiction over you. Okay? That's just to show you that right there. The games that they play. And again, it's the family support. They need your consent. It all ties in together, you see, because if it's a corporation, they need your consent. Okay. Just real quick. So anyway, now, my friend Angel figured it out. He figured out that he's a man. Okay? So let me read it for you. I was being washed up in family court in the Bronx. And I always left there not feeling right, like something was wrong. And one day I discovered me, and started binge watching everything you made, screenshotting everything that was important to me. But I want to let you know that I sent you a gift and you sent me a gift in return. That's the paperwork. I sent them in 2019. I sent them the paperwork. I put all my paperwork and went with the form with the law for the clerks playing games and to write the reason as to why they wouldn't take my... So what happened was the clerks weren't accepting his paperwork. So here's the thing with my paperwork. I have paperwork for everything because I've been doing this a while. I have paperwork for the clerks. You submit it with the paperwork asking the clerk, why are you refusing to accept the paperwork? They have to accept the paperwork. Okay? Which just know that the day I got you, what happened was, which just know that day, this is the day with the paperwork, I got you 10 new subs. Even the people working there were curious as to why I had the head clerk come down and speak with me like we were friends. And even the court officers I had at bay with some of your paperwork. He was standing like a man. He was not taking any BS because he followed my paperwork. He was reading the paperwork. He realized that he's a man, that nobody has any power over you. Understand that. When you're a man or a woman, they have no power over you. None of them. That's why when you ask them that, they either go quiet or they talk over you or they try and bully you. Okay? The head white shirt court officer wanted to kick my ass, but the head clerk sent him away. Oops. Because I showed him your paperwork and the laws that applied to the situation, and he took the situation and had to calm it down because everyone wanted to know who the fuck is this guy talking to these people who disrespect everyone but him. Anyways, I really had a hard, depressing time with those people, but luckily I was watching your vids before the first date and already knew certain words and phrases to put these people in their place. From the start, they tapped the summons to the gate of my job. He was a plumber, and he got fired. He's a private contractor. So the first date, I told the court officer that I will not fill out any papers until I am able to speak in person with the magistrate. That's the sport magistrate. And bring to their attention how my due process is being violated and that I contest jurisdiction. Very important, you must contest jurisdiction. I showed you that with the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. After that day, I went to different dickheads in a different courtroom in which before anyone spoke, I asked for everyone's name, even the clerk, and the lawyers seated behind me. I included them in the record as witnesses. That was a good one, thanks to me. Okay? He flipped everything on them. When you walk in there and you start speaking and you start asserting your rights, okay, they must step back and realize that maybe you're not the one to mess with. Okay? So anyway, let me continue. Finally, one day I told the pussy up there, I'm not doing shit, giving anybody nothing until he answers my paperwork. Which on the last date I labeled the affidavit because I ain't motioning shit. So what he's saying is he doesn't file motions, he files notices. Okay, I don't file motions, I file notices. You notice the court. The court is on notice. When you file a motion, you're asking for permission. So Angel knows that. Okay? So after me telling him to come down and make me give him my address and bring to his attention that he got no power and that I'm in need of the lawsuit, he threw that shit out. The case was done. Just know that your shit works if you follow the instructions. And sir, I commend you because now here's the real. Okay, here it comes. You're a real gangster motherfucker. And a true gentleman. Thank you very much, Angel. I've sent you previously the dismissal doc, but I want you to include a new one. Because I took your paperwork upstairs to the criminal, and here's what happened. He had a criminal case, and look, he got the criminal case dismissed. Dismissed. Okay, he had 3 charges. All charges were dismissed by asserting being a man. Okay? Good job. Great job. Okay? So, let's move on. I'm sorry, guys. But, alright, so, under Dunn & Son, Dunn & Son was a company that, when I was a police officer, was a janitorial business in the place I worked in Manhattan. I'm sorry. It's Dun & Bradstreet. All right. One of the guys there reached out to me and sent me this information. Okay, this shows that the Unified Court System of New York State. Here it is. Dun & Brad's legal status type. It's a corporation. Okay, I'm right over here. The parent state of New York. All right. Here's the DUNS number. Okay. So this is what. Look. Trade style, Supreme Court, county courts, they're all under this DUNS number right here. They're all businesses. Okay. Here we go. This is a broad category of an organizational structure into which all legal forms are grouped. These categories are created by Dun & Bradstreet for client use based on legal form association. Blah, 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 blah. Who does? All I'm showing to you guys is that the Unified Court System is a corporation. All right? It's a corporation. They have no jurisdiction over you. They're a corporation. Okay? That's what I'm showing you guys. All right? So anyway, if you want to reach out to me, okay, this is my laptop. All right, this is oh, not that one. Here it is here. This is the paperwork for going to court right here. All right. Oh, by the way, guys, if you receive my paperwork, I get people asking me about these numbers on the side. Okay. Now, when you look at it on an iPhone, the line is crooked and it doesn't look right. These numbers are here for a reason. Okay. Because that way you can say on page 1, line 1, it says notice of rebuttal. On line 2, it says the court cannot presume the claimed defendant is a... Okay, that's why the numbers are there. I get people like, Rick, how can I get rid of the numbers? The numbers are there for a reason. Okay? Paperwork's well written. You cannot go wrong. Look at this. This is just one folder. For a gift less than $200. All right? I send you 18 emails with all kinds of information for paperwork, everything. You can't go wrong. You're not going to be ripped off. Trust me on that. All right, so listen, I'm going to cut you guys off. My email address will be in the description, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.